Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. will both return to the MCU in Avengers Doomsday, which is in theaters May 1st, 2026. So on top of Robert Downey Jr., which we knew, we got Chris Evans coming back. So yeah, I mean, how, what way? I don't know. We'll see. Remains to be seen. But yeah, he said if Robert's coming back, then I have to come back.
I mean, I'm on board.
Yeah, me as Human Torch, that wasn't me, bro. That was something else. I need to be Cap again.
Does this change how you view Endgame? As far as the actors go, obviously not the story, but like
that's
we saw the end of these actors. They said that we said our goodbyes to them.
Yeah,
and this franchise.
We're bringing them back. No, I mean I don't know. Like they left the door open with fucking multiverse shit and how they're doing all that, and now death doesn't really matter because they can bring them back either from their timeline, from a whole other dimension, a whole other world.
Because it's like it's comic books, right? Like
that is comic books. Yeah,
it makes sense. But just like from a movie, like these are still movies at the end of the day, you know. Like all comic book rules obviously don't apply to movies because they don't make the characters as strong as they do in the comics. It's like it's not like they follow everything. So it's just like obviously we'll be there. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but like
let's take away a little bit. Okay, I don't think anybody can deny that.
I think it has to.
Yeah.
Like even Robert at when we first saw it was like all right.
Yeah,
Chris is back too. Like the cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine,
that
little thing, you know. And it made.
I thought it was good. I thought that was good. Yeah. So
I don't know.
We'll see. The Russo brothers are just trying to get that light back, man. They're trying to turn the lights back on for the MCU.
He tried to get who was it? He asked to come to the James Gunn asked to come to DC. Who was it? We just said it earlier.
Oh, Reynolds.
Yeah, he tried to get Reynolds
to come back. Yeah.
I just messed up that thought. Ignore all of it.
I think it was swapped, right?
Yeah, I'm
like backwards. Yeah.
No, I mean, James Gunn tried to bring back Ryan. Ryan said, "Fuck no." Russo brothers are trying to bring back them, and they're saying, "Fuck yeah, we're coming back." So there you go.
I don't know.
So
it's crazy.
Well, on top of that, go ahead.
Maybe it just depends how, in what way they bring him back.
Yeah,
but still, it's like,
they're bringing him back.
Get no other actor. Because if it's like a different version of them, like in a different reality, it's like.
Well, that's assuming like what it is.
It's
like a lot of people are already saying Chris Evans is going to play a villain.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I was telling them in the chat party yesterday. I was like, hey, he might play a villain.
Because if it's like, maybe Captain America in another universe, for me it's like a shortcut. Like,
yeah,
in order to like you, instead of making a different character, like completely new character, and like putting them and like making them good, like you brought somebody back. I don't like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like from a story standpoint, it'll make sense. Like it's a comic book movie. Like they'll make it make sense. I just kind of see it as we had all these movies lead up to Endgame. We said our goodbyes to these characters. They literally had their fucking signatures on the screen at the end of Endgame. Like it was literally a whole thing. Just for them to be back.
Like, at a funeral.
5-6 years later. Like, I don't know.
Is this a money grab?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, 100%.
Or is this trying to get interest back in the MCU?
Yeah.
Or both?
Both.
Because imagine, like you say, they get somebody else.
Both of those.
Who the fuck is that guy? I'm not gonna watch him as Cap.
Do hardcore comics?
That's true too, John. That is very true.
Yeah.
What?
Do hardcore comic book fans see this information, and does it make them want to go see it more?
Stay tuned. We're gonna find out on Thursday.
Right.
Oh shit!
There you go. Well, on top of that, we have Benedict Cumberbatch confirming he is returning for Avengers Doomsday. He's not dead. Last we saw, he went through another dimension with I don't know who she is.
Charlize Theron.
Yeah, I don't know who she's portraying in that. Maybe it did say it in the credits or something. Maybe
Some
you guys
purple girl.
But yeah, he just went into another dimension. Well, he's going to be in Doomsday. He says he is really excited to not only work with the Russo brothers again, but to have Robert Downey Jr. returning as Doctor Doom. I think there's going to be some really cool developments ahead. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us doubt this is going to be a great movie. When you got the Russo brothers, you got Robert, and now you got Chris Evans. I mean, it's going to be a great movie. It's just hopefully everything makes sense and it's to, I guess, our liking. I don't know. We'll see how that turns out, though. But we'll see. Well, with all of that, we have our cast here so far for Avengers Doomsday. We got Robert, Chris, Anthony Mackie, Benedict, Tom Holland, Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Ebon Moss, and the Thunderbolt members, which is to be determined, I think, which ones are going to show up. But yeah, that's a pretty stacked cast for this movie.
One theory that I don't think, it's not a great theory, but it's still something you could think about. Chris Evans' Cap is still alive in that universe. He's just an old man.
Mm-hmm.
So they could just be using him. Now, that might not be, what they're doing, because obviously it could be anything at this point, but that is a possibility. Would y'all be mad about that? Obviously, he's not gonna fight, but he's gonna be like a.
What if they find a way to de-age him? De-age. They found the serum again, but this is gonna make you young.
Well, the thing is, like, if they do that, or he's somebody else in a different universe, maybe the universe where the Fantastic Four are coming from, like, I don't think either way it matters, because like I said, to me, it's gonna make sense. Like, they're gonna make it make sense. They're not gonna put out a movie where it doesn't make sense. My whole thing is just that we've said goodbye to these actors. It just goes back to that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, like, it's a comic book movie. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They have no rules. They opened up the multiverse. The fucking X-Men are coming. Like, they can do whatever they want. Time travel, all that shit. It's already like, but
that's what I'm saying. Like, put in perspective, Doomsday, we're assuming he's coming from a different universe. At that point, we were assuming that either our world or our universe is in danger. So they would just go to Cap for either advice or for some help on anything. But he's an old man, obviously.
Well, I don't know, because let's say that what you're saying is what they do, and they're actually gonna like de-age Cap or whatever. When they dropped that news of Chris Evans coming back, I think I told you guys, they didn't say what his role is. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like they did with Robert, like he's playing.
Yeah.
So like that makes me think that it's somebody new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and they already have a Cap.
Yeah, and then his movie. That's another thing. We have no direction right now. 2025 is gonna set up all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Like as far as a direction, like we have nothing. All the movies and shows is gonna be like the catapult. Like nothing that is because what was it? The last one's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
We have nothing. 2025 is going to set up all of this. Doomsday and Secret Wars, and I guess maybe Spider-Man 4, but I don't know. And another interesting thing that I was gonna say, it's crazy because I personally used to say like, damn, like who are our Avengers? Now look at this fucking cast. It's all them are back.
Well, half of them are the.
Then we got the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that too.
And
but it's
maybe
just
at least
like
another 2 or 3 from Thunderbolts.
Because I personally used to say like, damn, like the next Avengers movie is gonna be Tom Holland, Doctor Strange, Shuri. Shit.
So everything that they, because shouldn't this be the payoff? These movies. Everything before,
like Avengers movies.
Yeah, like shouldn't it lead up to this? And now you're saying that everything, like, I mean, not everything, but now you're saying this is gonna lead up to something else.
No, the movies in 2025, Fantastic Four, and they have shows coming out.
The movies that are gonna come out.
Yeah, everything in 2020.
Lead up to this.
Yeah, because this is next. Like after 2025, like it's this.
So the past couple years are nothing. They're dead.
No.
Well, it's not that it's nothing. It just didn't lead to anything.
Yeah.
And it could have, but they had the whole thing with Kang, so like they dropped that storyline and they pivoted to this. But we have no setup for any of this yet. And I guess technically, the movie could just start. You know what I'm saying? Like the movies that come out, the movies that come out in 2025 didn't set up shit. I guess that could be the play, but I don't see that happening.
Nah, man. Fantastic Four has to set this up.
So
that's my theory too.
What's the next movie that comes out?
I don't know.
Bolt,
Or is it Captain America?
It was Captain America.
We're gonna
Captain
watch-
America.
So,
That's in
so we're
February.
gonna watch those movies in order, and then they should lead up to the events of Doomsday.
Not Cap, not Thunderbolts.
Well, Thunderbolts, yeah, because if they're gonna be in here, then Thunderbolts should have some sort
Has
of way
to.
to put them in here.
Well, that's why. But like I'm saying, as far as Doomsday, because we know Robert, that's not this universe. We have to just be.
I think Cody's right. I think Fantastic Four is the movie. Like that's the one that's going to like set all of this up, or we're gonna see the direction of okay. I see how Doomsday we're about to get there, like the alley-oop pass.
Mm-hmm.
So we're no longer in our universe. Well, the original universe.
We still are, but Robert isn't for sure. We don't know about Chris Evans, but Robert for sure. Oh, and the Fantastic Four. They're all in the universe. We're trying to figure out how they get to this universe to make this Avengers Doomsday. So what movie would set that up? Besides.
Yeah, I think it's Fantastic Four, and then obviously we'll see what happens in Thunderbolts. Maybe there's they don't do shit with the end credit scenes anymore, man. But
hopefully that's where you do get your Doomsday reference or some shit.
The guy slapping himself in the face with mustard.
But yeah, we'll see. Let us know your thoughts on these castings and all the news that we just talked about for Marvel and Sony down in the comments below. Pretty interesting to see what's going to happen with all of that. But